If you don't know, I write everything in a notebook. I'm old school like that. The last half of this notebook is full of people's returns to YouTube. Are they all the same astrological sign? What's happening? What's up, everyone? It's Lo, Beauty Demon, and we are back to talk about internet BS. Today we are going to talk about the not return of HelloLeesh. But before we get into that, if you have not already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time I post. And don't send anybody that we talk about in this video any hate, negativity, nothing like that. These are just my thoughts and opinions based on what I'm seeing on the internet. So if you have something to say about what we're talking about, shoot it down in the comments below. That's what they are there for. So let's get into the, like I said, not return of Alicia HelloLeesh. It was a very interesting one, to say the least. That was like a weird little rhyme that I didn't intend. HelloLeesh had actually posted that she was going to be making a return to her channel. So this all started a few months ago when HelloLeesh was called out for using derogatory slurs on a karaoke app. And then it quickly snowballed into a much bigger situation involving a lot of other people and a lot of other hurt feelings for many, many different reasons. And I have an entire video about that. I will try and remember to link it up here. In my previous video, I do talk about how eventually Alicia just went completely radio silent to her entire community. After I posted my last video, I exited the community. I left the Discord. I left the Patreon. I have no idea what is going on behind the scenes. If Alicia has been super active in her Discord, I don't believe there has been any posts on Patreon up until what we're going to be talking about today. Then just recently, Alicia had actually posted on her Instagram that she would be returning. She posted this photo and then made a community post, and her community post said, "It's true, I miss you. As such, I will be returning to YouTube for BAP, which is basically a podcast, next Tuesday. Not sure if it will be a permanent move, but I like to see how it goes. See if you missed me too, you know. See if we still have that spark. Please join me at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Tuesday, February 1st. I love you, and I will see you soon." So BAP is a public YouTube show that anybody can watch, and it is a live chat that she does respond to, so it's not just her Patreon members that are present for this. However, she does do Patreon lives that are just exclusive to members, but in the past, especially when everything was starting to go down, did have those links leaked because they are technically just YouTube videos or just unlisted, and they are only available to Patreon members. So last week, HelloLeesh did do a return to Patreon, and she had a live with her entire community. And I heard about it when it was happening, but I didn't really pay too much attention because I don't really like to put things that are behind paywalls out. It's just not my style. And remember, like I said, I am not familiar with what's going on behind the scenes anyway. I'm not a member of the community. But then on Saturday, HelloLeesh decided to make this Patreon live public. And I got a crazy notification because I had notifications turned on. I wanted to know when she was coming back. And it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and she posted it at 11:44 at night. So I was going to bed. I had a long day the next day. I was actually driving to go see my family, so I just decided, okay, I will listen to this while I'm driving to see them so I can see what she says in this and go from there. And so I was planning on listening to this in the car, rewatching it, seeing if I wanted to make a video about it or if I wanted to kind of mash it into after I watched like the BAP on Tuesday and make a whole video about that. So I listened to this in the car. Full disclosure, I did not get to watch this video. I was driving. So I listened to about 2/3 of this. My drive was about 2 hours total. It was an hour there and an hour back from where I was going. And so there's about 45 minutes of this live stream podcast thing that I didn't even get to listen to. So my retelling and everything is not going to be complete. The other big thing is less than 24 hours, HelloLeesh deleted this, so I didn't even get to go back and re-listen and re-watch it as I planned to the following day. So I sat down and I tried to remember as much as I could from this, so this will probably be kind of a short video. I kind of just made a bunch of bullet points and things, and I'll go from there, and kind of thinking about thoughts that I had while I was driving, just based on like what I was hearing, because I actually really couldn't see much of anything, you know. I'm driving, I gotta pay attention to the road. mode. So this is not going to be a straight recap. I could hear occasionally like little bubble noises, so I'm assuming those were receipts that Alicia was putting on the screen that I unfortunately did not get to see. This live was just kind of off to me in general, just like the whole vibe, because Alicia essentially went radio silent and didn't communicate to any of her members for quite a while, then has this live where it is literally addressing everything you might have heard, anything you might have seen on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere else. She talks about a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. She doesn't name any names, but if you are familiar with the situation and you know these people, especially if you're in this community and you know who these people are, it's gonna be very easy for you to figure out who she's talking about and what she's referencing. I noticed when she would explain situations that she had with people, whether it was a conversation, a tweet, a post somewhere, she would have a counter argument for it, but then she would also have a story that kind of supported her position. And it could have been something like, well, this person said this, so they can't have this stance on it. Now, like I said, because this live stream is gone now, and I only listened to the majority of it once, I can't give you any exact examples, but I just remember several times thinking, two of these things can be correct at the same time. This person can have said this in a conversation, but can still have felt this in this situation. I also forgot to mention at some point she did bring a co-host on. I think this person was on a FaceTime call, because I did glance at my phone when I like got off the freeway and was kind of like turning everything down and turning off my GPS. And I saw that there was a person on FaceTime. Now, this person was obviously talking most of the time, but I didn't know if they were just doing like a split screen thing or what, but it looks like they were on Alicia's phone, kind of like hanging out in the background. So this co-host that Alicia had was very active in the community and apparently engaged in some private shit talking about Alicia before they eventually came forward to Alicia with some of their feelings about things that Alicia had said initially in that karaoke app. And then after speaking with Alicia, they joined Alicia's side. It's weird to say joining Alicia's side, but that is very much what this is. And in this, they reference this conference call, which is what they call it. And this was a group call, a group chat of all of essentially what you would call like detractors from Alicia's community. And it was their side against Alicia and, you know, whoever is with Alicia, with the rest of Alicia's community. And this conference call caused a huge uproar because Alicia and her camp knew it was happening. People that Alicia was close with were invited to this and let her know, hey, this conference call is happening. This is what is being said in this right now. So it put both of them in, both Alicia and their co-host in, a frenzy. Essentially, they were both very emotionally upset about it. But what's interesting is they're talking about this conference call, and they don't exactly say this, but the way they talk about it just makes it sound like they see it as being so backstabby and unethical. But that is exactly what this whole live stream is. This live stream, to me, as I'm listening to it, sounded like a debriefing. It sounded like the person in command and their second in command was debriefing everybody about the situation at hand, and it gave it a real militant type feel. Also felt very much just like an office conference call too. It reminded me of a Zoom call I had in the height of the pandemic where I actually got fired from my job. So this very much is a conference call. The way they talked about this conference call and all these people, like I said, it really had this militant feel to it. Like there was definitely an established hierarchy within these mods and friends and everything. Alicia even labels 3 of these people as Mama Bird and the 2 baby birds, and that baby birds would always run to Mama Bird when something would happen or a conversation would happen or something like that. Her description of all of this just sounds like the ultimate military betrayal. I legit felt like I was kind of listening to this weird modernized version of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, and my like weird envisionment of this being some kind of military type takedown was even more solidified when Alicia referred to this as a coup. She said this is exactly exactly what this was. It was a coup. They were getting on this conference call and they were planning my takedown. I do remember Alicia addressing people who felt tokenized by her, saying they didn't feel that way until they talked to these other people, and these other people got in their head and then made them feel that way. And she said because of all of the people of color in her family, she doesn't need to tokenize anybody. And those are her words. I remember she distinctly said that. So I'm just throwing everything that I remember out there. She had several conversations with people from marginalized communities that could potentially be offended by the words that she used. And she tried to hold the fact that these people were outraged by the N-word, but not the F-slur that she used, until her co-host came to her and expressed their feelings about how that word was very hurtful. And then she was like, oh yeah, why isn't the rest of my community upset about this? I really want to address this part too. And if I remember correctly, with some leaked messages that came out where she was like trying to figure out how to apologize for this karaoke app thing in the first place, somebody brought to her attention, hey, yeah, you didn't just say the N-word in this, you also said the F-slur in this too. And she was like, what? Oh my God, I did? And maybe some people were just so shocked by hearing Alicia say the N-word, they just didn't hear anything else after that. They also say in this live stream that they know this is gonna get leaked. At the very beginning, Alicia says that she's not even gonna keep the live chat on because she knows this is gonna be leaked. So she doesn't want anybody to be able to go after her subscribers or anything. But establishing like at the very beginning that you know this is gonna be leaked makes the whole action of publicly posting it and then deleting it 12 hours kind of weird to me. I remembered also at some points while listening to this, Alicia's voice sounded different to me. It sounded a lot softer, and in some points it sounded kind of meek, whereas I'm really used to like a strong, sharp, confident voice from Alicia. It was just something that I noticed and remembered thinking as I was driving, so I just decided to include it in this. But Alicia and her co-host do talk quite a bit about the harassment that they received. To be honest, I wasn't totally sure why this co-host was here. I know partially it was to share their story, but I feel like it did put a lot more heat onto them, and that's why I'm not mentioning who this person is or anything, because once again, I don't really feel like going after a subscriber, but it just seemed like Alicia really wanted this person here to validate all of their feelings and struggles that they experienced, and to show that there are people that were involved in the situation that are still on Alicia's side, which once again, it gives like a whole militant, like second in command feeling to me. Then on Monday morning at 6 a.m., because that's when I wake up, I saw that she had a community post. She had made it 6 hours before at midnight, and it said, I removed my last video and don't see myself returning Tuesday after all. To those who were looking forward to it, I am so sorry. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what went on behind the scenes. I didn't get to read any comments. I don't even know if comments were turned on the video. I'm completely pissed that I didn't just rewatch it Sunday and do all my notes and everything then, but after driving all day and already listening to that for 2 hours, I just wanted to chill out and watch some Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So that's what I did the rest of the day, and to be honest, I don't totally regret it. I'm just like still kind of a little mad about it. Anyway, we can assume though that the reaction was not good, not positive, because not only did she just straight up completely delete her own leaked live stream, but then she announced she's not coming back. That is why I call it the not return. And yeah, I don't know what is happening behind the scenes. I don't know if anything is going on in terms of like Discord or anything. She did make a post on Twitter that looked like a screenshot from a Discord post saying that she did lose somebody close to her. So my condolences on that. But that does kind of allude that she's being active on Discord there in her community at least. But who knows if she will ever actually officially return to YouTube. I don't even know if she would return to Patreon, because her Patreon lives are unlisted YouTube videos, so those would potentially continuously get leaked. Okay, so while I was getting this video all together and ready to post and everything, I did see these couple tweets by somebody named Terry on Twitter, and they said, not HelloLeesh talking shit behind a private Twitter about the situation she repeatedly asked to drop just to cover up the fact that she scammed a bunch of people out of money. The A-Team, $5 per month, includes Discord access until I secretly kick you when I feel like it, Patreon access until I decide I'm gonna pretend to quit social media, hope you're still okay with paying me for my absence, and access to my private Twitter. This will be the last thing I say about her because she's gotten more attention than she deserves. But HelloLeesh, I'd suggest refunding all those paying people you secretly kicked from your Discord last night before you're known as a con artist as well. Believe it or not, no one cares what's being said on your Discord. You have proven to be just as bad as those you made profit off of. Anything you say at this point goes in one ear and out the other, so don't give yourself that much credit. Refund people. So yeah, it looks like there is a lot going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to, and a lot of people got kicked from the Discord. I'm assuming there is a lot of strife from that live stream. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I'm assuming this is going to be really short because, like I said, I just tried to remember everything that I could. If you have not already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Laters. Bye.